Welcome to the world of repair. Welcome guys to another video. Today we have this amazing phone right here. We're gonna be doing the tear down on this one. I hope you like it. Got me a little bit of time just to get this phone for you guys, but anyways, here we finally got it, a new iPhone XR, and we're gonna be just opening this up like this. Smell like new. All kind of stickers. We have the Apple stickers, we have the phone. This, we're gonna put this on the side. Here is what we're gonna work on. You guys can see is the white version, and I'm gonna put these tweezers. We're gonna use white shaped screwdriver, Phillips screwdriver, also a flat tool, and razor blade. Of course, heat gun. We're just gonna turn on this phone just to make sure the phone is working. All right, finally we got into the phone, so we're gonna just test some quick pictures right here. It's not bad. It's not bad compared from my let's see this drink. Yeah, not bad. Pretty good camera. I'll shut it off, and we're gonna remove the stickers. First, we're gonna remove the two pentalobe screws on the bottom. Alright, next we're gonna use our heat gun just to soften the adhesive which is holding the frame of the screen to the metal frame of the phone. Okay, now it's warm enough. Using my razor blade, I'm gonna be very gentle and careful so we don't scratch either the screen or the metal frame holding the screen. I'm gonna pierce my razor blade like this in between the frames. Very gently, I'm gonna start to push from inside out like this, all the way around. Like that, we're gonna avoid any mark on the metal frame and all the LCD. Alright, when I reach a little gap like this, I'm gonna go ahead and use my stronger flat tool, which is gonna allow me to do more pressure than with the razor blade. And I'm gonna do the same way all the way around. Don't go too deep, and also don't pull the screen all the way towards you, because we can have cables, and at this moment you probably don't know where those cables are. So we're just gonna gently lift the LCD about a ½ inch all the way around, as you guys can see right here. I'm used to use my nails, but if you can use all these or a guitar pick, it will be nice. But considering a guitar pick will be like kind of very weak to do this process, one of these flat metal tools will be the best option. Okay, so as you guys can see, I have like a ½ inch open in here, so I'm gonna go all the way up and now do the same thing I did on the bottom on the top, because we're not ready to pull this crack open yet. And I'm gonna continue the process. Remember, don't go too deep, just good enough to get those clips to get loose. As you guys can see, now I can tell the whole LCD is being unclipped from the metal frame. Sorry. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna have a quick look into the inside of the phone. So that's gonna tell us where we're gonna open this phone up. You can use this process for any other phone. Okay, I saw we have a couple of cables on the right, so we're gonna open this phone from left to right. This is the adhesive I was talking about. Just gonna peel that off. As you guys can see, as a difference from the iPhone X, if you don't know how to do the iPhone X, you can go to my video I'm gonna leave right here. Okay, now we got inside our iPhone XR, and let me tell you something, it's amazing. It's totally different from the previous one. But let's go further and unplug all these cables and see. I like how they did the battery, but I'm still surprised they leave this gap. But now then I look to the screen, I see that gap is just to fill up this big speaker they put on the top. Let's remove all these connections and take this phone completely apart. Alright, first we see for the LCD connection we have two Y-shaped screws on the like kind of on the middle. We used to have the SIM card reader in this area. Now they moved them to the bottom, which is, I consider Apple is very innovative all the time. We got that out of the way. So now what we're gonna do is unplug these two cables. I'm trying to be as clean as possible on this one, and I'm gonna use my tweezers. 1, 2. We got two cables on this one. Alright, now we're gonna proceed and remove the flex cable from the ear speaker and probably some kind of sensors. I believe that's the face recognition sensor also on the top of the phone. We're gonna find 5 screws. Be aware, not all of these 5 screws are gonna be wide shaped screw. So okay, after removing those 3 screws, we're gonna find 2 Phillips screws right here. We're gonna go ahead and remove those. Alright, now we're gonna be ready to remove this little metal plate holding these cables. I'm gonna use my tweezer to remove that cable, just like that. And now we have split the whole phone apart. So at this moment we have successfully opened our iPhone XR, but we're not gonna finish there. We're gonna take apart a little bit of the components on the top, just like we would do in our regular screen replacement, because these are unique components that the phone needs for all the features to work, like Face ID recognition. If just in case you would rip this cable and replace it for another one, you might lose those features. So let's go ahead and remove these. As you guys can see, we have 1, 2, 3 screws. Those are Phillips screwdriver. Okay. The way they made this flex cable is one single piece along with the ear speaker, which is all these big shiny and black piece on the top. I just find out one more screw right next to the camera, and this happened to be a white shaped screw. Okay, we got it removed. I'm gonna put it on the side and we're gonna try to lift this up. As you guys can see, this ear speaker is just connected by a very small cable right here, flex. So you gotta be really careful when you take this apart. You don't want to break it. And be also careful with this kind of copper looking right here, because that one is the microphone. Okay, so what we're gonna do with this one is first remove is a little plate, which is just holding the sensor on place, and after that we're going to unglue, basically just pull this up with my razor blade. I'm gonna try to be as careful as I can. This has no more screws, it's just held by adhesive, but the adhesive is quite strong, so be careful. As you guys can see right there, I had detach or unglue the sensor, and I'm gonna proceed doing the same so with the microphone. This is the way I do this. You have to get in underneath just to lift the piece right from the adhesive. You don't want to rip a cable or so. And now we have the whole piece apart. As you guys can see, we took apart the whole LCD, which if we do a screen replacement, we're just gonna put this back on the new screen and install it back the same way it was on the phone. But we're gonna go farther than that, and now we're gonna work on the back of the phone. Here we have the back of the phone. As you guys can see, on this side we have the motherboard, we have our SIM card reader, and we have the battery, we have the Taptic engine, which happens to be the vibrator also, and charging port, loudspeaker, and we have our camera right here and sensor. From here we're gonna unplug some cables, remove some screws, and we're gonna extract the motherboard out of the frame. Okay, first I'm gonna start by removing this little plate right here, which I see is held by 3 screws. Alright, there we go. We have removed those 3 screws, and now we're going to remove one Phillips, and that's it. Let's do it. And now we can use a flathead screwdriver to remove those big pillars right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the type of screwdriver that you're gonna use for this one. You see, it's like a cross with a little pick on the top. Make sure you get one of these if you work a lot with boards. And that was the last one. So from here what we're gonna do is now just remove all the little connections, all the cables. Now we're gonna be testing if we can just remove this SIM reader, which is happen to be like, it looks pretty decent and easy to remove. Now you don't have to do a lot of steps or do some extra soldering to remove that SIM tray and the battery. Of course, we should down that since the beginning, but here we go. Let's just pull this up and see. It's going to come out. There we go. We're gonna be really careful just to make sure. We got a couple of more connections, and there we go. It's quite amazing that is the whole motherboard. Alright, here we have a SIM tray. Let's find out if we can replace this easily. First thing, we're gonna remove a SIM tray. Then I never do remove these on the iPhones because and never before it needs to be removed unless you remove the motherboard, but in this case we found it was not necessary to remove the SIM card tray to remove the motherboard, which is a lot big different from the previous model. And I see this SIM tray is being held by 2 screws. Gonna remove those 2 and see what we have here. Oh wow, this was just amazing, guys. Look, 2 screws and this will came right off. To remove these, you cannot even remove the motherboard to replace this. I mean, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna give an applause to Apple for finally doing the SIM tray removable. I mean, that's a huge step. Huge. Because you know how many people suffer for putting the wrong SIM card inside. I know it's not the company's fault, but making this exchangeable, this easy, it's just gonna help a lot of people who paid their hard working money for this expensive device. Now we have here some other parts, then we're gonna let down for another day. We have our regular battery, which I see is 2942 milliamperes, which I consider pretty decent. Comparing from the other phones, let's check it out on the iPhone X. It was 2716, so we gained some more power holding on this battery. So I bet for the screen it's a little bigger, and also it's different kind of screen, but I like that. A more capacity battery, that means more hours of use. All right, let's do this and let's put this back together, and let's do it right now. First, I'm gonna start by putting back the SIM tray. And now we're gonna proceed and install back our motherboard. There we go. I'm gonna leave this one as is, and I'm gonna work on the front of the screen. We're gonna install our cable back. Alright guys, we're gonna move to the last step, and what we're gonna do is just plug in first, which is the front face recognition sensor and the ear speaker cable, which is the one I'm connecting right here right now. There you go, all flat and nice. And now we're gonna proceed with the LCD and digitizer, I guess. I'm gonna make sure all these cables are nice and flat. There we go. From here, I'm gonna plug in now the battery, like I told you last. There you go, the battery. And I'm gonna put this holder for the battery in place. For that holder to be put in, you have to slide it underneath the LCD cable. But I rather do it like this than have my phone shorted, because I didn't because I did plug the battery before anything. All right, let's do this. We have some white shaped screws. There's 3 of them. There you go. We're gonna proceed with this little small holder for the LCD connection. And last, the tap. Remember, on this little plate we have 2 different kinds of screws, so just make sure you put the right screws where they belong, and everything is gonna be okay. As long as you don't rip any cable, the phone should work just like before. There we go. We have successfully closed this iPhone XR. Alright, make sure before you close your phone, make sure there is nothing in between the frame and the new screen to cause any trouble, because many times some people that just close the stuff, and all of a sudden this there is like a screw or maybe a leftover piece of glass, and when you close it, you're gonna damage your new LCD, and it's not gonna be a good day. Just close this. Actually, we're gonna start from the top. We're just gonna push it against the frame like that, and we're gonna be going down, 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 down like this, and that's it. We're gonna close it very nicely. And at this moment, we're gonna put the 2 pentalobe screws on the bottom. There we go. There you go. As clean as new. Gonna put the SIM tray, and that's it. We have finished. We're gonna turn it on to make sure nothing is being broken. There we go, guys. As you guys can see, everything working fine, and see, all working perfect. There you go. Brightness up and down, up and down. There we go. Flashlight. Alright guys, that's it for this video. If you liked it, just give a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this or better than this. Any suggestion, just leave the comment down below, and I'll try to please or make a video out of something you have a doubt of how to do. So thank you guys for watching. Happy holidays, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye. XR red, definitely impressive. I'm a big fan of the red color, so it's pretty impressive. I would like for they to make this one round red too. That would be a nice touch.